I'm learning how to use different test generators to create different kinds of questions, and these four are from a website, cod.edu. If you type in Google Blackboard Test Generator, they'll take you to this site because you can see the four main generators that are available now and the different types of questions that they offer. Unfortunately, some of them will only correct or create Blackboard tests which have to be loaded into the pools area. And the one that I'm going to show right now is doing that because it's the Algonquin one here on the right side. It can handle both the multiple choice and the fill in the blank, and I want to show you how to do those together here. So I'm going to click on this test generator up here and it will go automatically there. Well, Algonquin's not working, so we're going to go back to the College of Southern Idaho right there. That one's working, I know, because I just used it. Here's the box. There is some documentation link that will explain the different formats and exactly how the text has to be set up for this to work. But first I'm going to go find a website that has some nice text that's ready to go. So here's a Study Pro website with simple English grammar questions, and what I like here for this purpose is how they're mixing together both the multiple choice and the fill in the blank. So I'm just going to select these four questions here and have to be careful to only select the text and not get anything else. I'm going to copy it, and I could go into Microsoft Word right now if I wanted to really be careful, but just to speed things up, I'm going to go straight into the Idaho website and put it right into the Blackboard test generator. So I'm going to right click and paste as plain text, very important here. Going to give the quiz a name so it can be identified quickly and easily. Now, what you will notice here is that the multiple choice, number one, looks very good because everything's on a different line, and the question has a number which helps the generator recognize this as a new question. So the only thing that we have to identify here is which one is the correct answer. So I clicked on the documentation link just above the box, and they're explaining it all here to me. Basically, they're just saying that I just need to put an asterisk before the correct choice. By the way, I think these letters A, B, C might not be required, but I'm not totally sure. We'll have to play with that. So I'm back on the site and I'm putting my asterisks into burnt. Unfortunately, this is British English, but it will have to do. Now I go back to documentation and I see that for fill in the blank we need a little bit more coding. We need to show that we put the word blank before the number of this question. We need to make sure there is a blank there, and then we have to put in all the possible answers in the next couple of lines. And perhaps you should be working now in Microsoft Word so that I can give this a quick check over. A lot of times we have to be careful, for example, to accept all possible contractions as correct answers. Sometimes the contraction is necessary, sometimes it's optional, it depends. So work on this in Microsoft Word, but I'm working on it right now, right in the test generator box, and I'll show you how to do it. Here's one that I've done already, which is almost correct, but let's go back to the other one I'm working on. I just erased the third and fourth question, but for these two, it's enough for our practice. So what I have to do now, number one, on the second question, I have to write in the word blank, so the generator knows what this is. I have to add in a blank, so the students can see where the question belongs. And then, very important, I have to delete to get it all, delete the line return to get it all on one line. Now, I go and I add A for my first possible answer, and this is requires past tense, so the two possible answers is was not, she was not there, but the other possible answer is, like I said, with the contraction, wasn't. Both of these are correct, so I don't have to indicate any asterisks or anything like that. So because of all this extra coding that's needed, it's going to be better for most people to do this work in Microsoft Word, then copy it into this Idaho Generator. When they're done, they're going to create the quiz by clicking the button at the bottom. It says that they have recognized 2 questions and the package is available here. So I download the package now, and it appears in my download folder as a zip file, and now it can be uploaded into a course or an organization and further edited from there. It cannot be edited outside of Blackboard now. So that's a kind of a limitation, and you really need to be sure things are set up correctly before you generate the test. Otherwise, you might have a lot of editing to do in Blackboard, which can be quite tedious.